Okay, we're going to make a Louisiana fig cake, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Louisiana Homestead. Today, we're going to be making a Louisiana fig cake. So we're going to be using, let's get this out of the way first. We're not going to be using that. I have some plain flour, some vanilla, 1 egg, some baking powder, some salt, a pint of preserved figs. They're preserved with sugar in them. And I have some butter flavored nonstick spray. And I'm going to be using a 9x9 by 2. And I'm just going to go on ahead and spray that real good right now. And I have the little oven heating up back here. You see that little oven back there? I've got that heating up to 350. And now I'm just going to start mixing some of this stuff together. It also says to flour this pan. So let me grab some flour, which I have some just in an old seasoning container. And I find this is very handy for this kind of application here. Okay, so there we go. Very, very simple. Just some plain flour. All right. Next, let's see what we're going to do next is the egg and vanilla is going to go into this bowl here. Okay, this is one of my yard eggs my hens has laid. And I need something to kind of break that up. Okay, so there's our scrambled egg. It says beat slightly with spoon. Well, I'm using a fork, so I think I'll get just about the same result. Add the salad oil and beat again. So, and it does call for a little sugar, 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I didn't take that out, but here it is. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar into our egg. Stir that in, and we're going to add some oil to it, and it calls for 1/2 cup of oil, and I'm just using some plain oil here. I know it looks like olive oil, but it's not. I'm just using this bottle with some plain oil in it. Okay, so there's your 1/2 cup of oil that it calls for. And then it says to mix that in. And the vanilla, which I have a little vanilla here. It calls for a teaspoon of vanilla. Here we go. Cover that back up. And then the dry ingredients is going to be the flour and the baking powder and the salt. So let's go with that. 1 cup and 1/4 cup. Right there. And then for the baking powder, it's saying 1/2 teaspoon. Let's see, where's my 1/2 teaspoon? Here it is. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Sounds like a lot of salt to me, but that's what it says. Oh, wait. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, that's a lot less. I actually put 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder in there, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. The salt, too much salt would have, but the baking powder I don't think will. And we're going to mix that up. And it says to add this now into our wet mixture. I think we can get rid of the fork now. This is going to get all added together. And it says to mix it well. It's going to be a stiff batter. And then we're going to add in our fig preserves, which it calls for a pint of fig preserves. That's Josie playing on the floor, y'all hear. She's enjoying herself this morning. It's nice and cool in here. Got the windows open, letting some oxygen in the house. Talk about a stiff batter. It's almost like a cookie batter. Okay, now for my fig preserves, they are whole. I think I need to break those down a little bit. So I'm going to use this food processor. I'm just going to put those in here. It's like a syrup, all that sugar that's in there already. That's why I didn't want to use a cake mix to do this, because a cake mix has a lot of sugar in it. I was kind of hesitant to add those 2 tablespoons to this because of that as well. So I try to make stuff not too sweet. All right, I need the lid for this thing. Okay, here it is. Okay, that has taken it down quite a bit and put it into more of a liquid state, which is what I was looking for. I use that little food processor all the time. Okay, and now we can add our figs into it. It looks like molasses. Look at that. It smells like molasses too, actually. Let me see if I can get it off of this blade first. And that way I can put the blade aside. There we go. This is a lot of figs. A lot of fig preserves. Stir some of this down in here. Now let's see if we can mix it in. It is a stiff batter, that's for sure. I was expecting more of like a cake batter. Let's see what this tastes like. It's good. Very good. It is sweet now. And it looks to me like it shouldn't be so thick. I'm just rereading this, making sure I'm not doing anything wrong here. This is some buttermilk that I had frozen. I think I'm going to add a little in there. And I think I'm going to add a little more flour into it as well. It's going to be able to handle it with the extra baking powder that I put. To me, it's just a little too sweet the way that it was, and a little too thick. The batter is just too stiff to me to make a cake with. So I'm trying to loosen it up a little. I know y'all probably thinking, well, the flour didn't help. I'm an experimental cook, guys. You know, sometimes you do these recipes in these books and you can tell when you mix them up that it's not going to be quite right. Especially when you taste it and you know it's a little too sweet or it looks too stiff, whatever. All right, let's see. That's better. It's not as sweet as it was. It needs a little salt, actually. And it looks like it may cook a little better, too. A little more creamy. You see that? It's not as stiff as it was. It's still kind of stiff now, but it ain't as stiff as it was. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now it goes into the little oven for 35 to 40 minutes at 350. There it is, and it's going into the oven. and I'll start my timer for 35 minutes. I'll check it then. So I'll meet you guys back when we check it. Okay, that is not cooked. That has to go for a while longer. All right, we got us another 10 minutes. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're done now. It is cooked. Toothpick came out clean. So let's get it out of here. It came out pretty and brown. It needs to cool down for a little while before we can remove it from the pan. Okay, I don't want this to sweat in this pan too much, so I want to remove it from there and put it onto a cooling rack. So let me see what I can do to make that happen. Now the pan was well sprayed and floured. Y'all seen that. So I'm hoping it's just going to come out very easily. I know it's not stuck to the sides. And it's not stuck to the bottom too much either. It doesn't look like. Okay. Let's see if I can flip it out of here. Let's see the easiest way. Maybe it'll be like this. Pan's still hot. Well, it sure came right out of there. Okay, so I'm just going to let it cool until I'm ready to slice it. Okay, so it's cooled now, and just wanted to cut it open and show y'all the texture of it. It came out really nice. It came out more like a bread than a cake. It's kind of hearty-like, and it has a really good molasses-like flavor to it. And the family came over Saturday. Josh and his wife came over, and I cut them each a little piece, letting them try it. I didn't have sound on my camera that day, so that's why I'm just talking over it. But they seem to like it a lot. They like molasses type stuff, syrup type cakes and stuff like that. So they all got to taste it for the first time. Everybody liked it, and they want me to make some more of it. And I have plenty of fig preserve, so that's a good thing. I can definitely make some more of it. Thank y'all very much for watching. I hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.